Do you want to know how to make an advertisement video for Facebook and Instagram? In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a video ad from scratch that you can use to promote your business, increase brand awareness, or sell products online. It will work great for both e-commerce and storefront businesses. And the best part is, you don't need any video editing skills whatsoever. Welcome to the video. This is Roman Grant with EmpireVID. This channel is dedicated to giving people with no experience the resources necessary to create their own content for business and personal use. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos like this. Now let's get into it. One of the biggest challenges for entrepreneurs that want to advertise on Facebook or Instagram is creating the video advertisement. You are going to need multiple things to create a good video ad. The first thing is video content, which you can film yourself, outsource it, or borrow it from a competitor. Then you have to put the content together and edit the video footage. And for this example, I'm going to be using a product that I had launched on Shopify earlier this year as a one-product dropshipping store. Full disclosure, the store failed miserably. Failed. But I've learned a lot since then on video ad creation, so I'm going to share that with you. Now, we won't be going into the process of setting up the ad campaigns in Facebook because that's beyond the scope of this video. We can focus on the ad creation process itself. But if you'd like to see a video detailing that process, let me know in the comments. And be sure to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to show you a quick and inexpensive way to get great custom content for your product or service. Now, this is the video advertisement that you'll be able to create after watching this video. Now, if you're thinking that you can't create a video ad like this, you're wrong. With just a little practice, you'll be able to create a much better video ad with the help of an online video editor called Invideo. But before we get started, I want to explain the basic elements of a high-converting video ad. The first thing that you're going to need is an engaging hook. This is also called a scroll stopper, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It stops people from scrolling their social media feed to watch your video ad. And obviously, this is very important. And the next thing you're going to need is a strong marketing angle for the theme of your ad. This will be the way you present your product or service to your potential customers. For example, selling a pain relief product to an athlete is going to have a different marketing angle than selling that same product to an elderly person. The third thing you're going to need to do is appeal to people's emotions by explaining the benefits of your product or service. These are the reasons people buy things. They get emotional about themselves and their needs, and they want to buy things that benefit those needs in some way. The fourth thing that you'll want to do is demonstrate your product or service. You must show people that your product or service works and that it's right for them. And last but not least, you're going to need a call to action. This will be what you want somebody to do after watching your ad. Whether it's going to your store and buying something, signing up for your mailing list, or sharing your video. A video ad should be between 15 and 120 seconds long, depending on what you are offering. For products, I stick to between 15 and 40 seconds. Advertising services might take a little longer depending on how much explanation is needed. So that's a basic outline of what you need for a high-converting video advertisement. Obviously, it's how you put your content together that will determine how effective your video ad is. So without further delay, let's head into Invideo and start creating our video ad for Facebook and Instagram. So you first would want to create an account. They have a free plan, which includes a watermark that will be on all of your exported projects. Then they have the business plan, which is the one I would recommend. So for this project, we're going to be creating a video ad that we want to post on Facebook and Instagram to get people to our store. And so I'm going to start off with a blank canvas so we can start completely from scratch. So the formats that they offer are a wide 16:9, which is basically for YouTube format. And then they have the square 1:1, which are for your social media feeds. And then the vertical 9:16 is for your social media stories. They have all these formats for you, but since we're going to be creating this as for an ad for Facebook, we're going to be using the square. So now we are in the editing platform, and this is the actual scene that we are working on. And over here we have our layers panel. With our layers panel, we can work on each individual layer. So if I wanted to work on this text box, that would be considered one layer. If I wanted to work on this logo, that would be considered another layer. And if I had a background video or a background image, that would be a layer as well. And from the layers panel, we can animate either the graphic or our text, as well as change colors, or if it's like a text, we could change the font. That type of thing can all be done in the layers panel. And you can also edit text over here in the scene, but it's easier just to do it right here in the layers panel because you have access to all of the different qualities. So over here we have our menu where we access all of the different media that we want to use for our project. We have access to Invideo's royalty-free stock videos and images, as well as their royalty-free music library. Then we have access to the different animated pre-made texts that they offer, as well as the ability to create our own animated text from scratch. And then we have our uploads folder where we upload all of our own personal pictures, video, sound, all of those different assets that we would want to use. We can upload those to this folder and they will be able to use on all of our different projects. And then they've got a few other things like stickers, overlays, shapes, masks, collage feature, and social media icons. So they have a lot of different options. You have a great selection, and there's a lot you can do with your video. And then down here, we have our timeline. We have two different views. We have the basic view, which is what this is. Then we have the advanced timeline view. And this will be helpful when you start adding a bunch of layers and you want them to be animated into your video at different parts of the scene at different intervals. You'll be able to do that with your layers panel. It makes it a lot easier. The first thing that I like to do on every project that I make with Invideo is I like to start with a completely blank canvas. So to do that, I just delete all of the layers that they put on there for me. And then I also delete the music track that they initially install. Now we have a completely blank scene. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to change the scene's duration. So as you can see down here, it says that the scene is 12 seconds long. For a Facebook or Instagram video ad, you gotta have quick, catchy scenes. So I'm going to shorten this scene. And to do that, I click over here on the scene duration time, and I just click in here and then I edit the 12 to 4 seconds. Now I can go ahead and duplicate this scene, and I'm going to duplicate it about 6 times. Okay, now I have 7 scenes blank and ready to go. So the product that I will be making this video ad for is a laser hair removal device for women. So like I said, I have a lot of footage, so I'm going to go ahead and import these into Invideo right now. And to do that, I would come over here and click upload, click on that, and I would go to where they are on my computer. And then once you have them uploaded, you can trim them and crop them and edit them as much as you like for however the scene calls for. So now that I've uploaded all the content that I plan to use, I'm going to begin work on the very first scene. And this first scene is going to be your hook, your scroll stopper. It's going to make the person want to stop scrolling and watch the rest of your video ad. So I'm going to insert this video, and it's going to let me trim the parts that I want to use. So to do that, you just select the part that you want to use by trimming it down here. So then the clip that I inserted is a little bit shorter than the duration of my clip. So what I can do is I can click over here. It's on this button that says best scene time, and it will shorten it up to the exact length of the clip. So now that I've inserted my video clip, I can go ahead and animate that over here in the layers panel. They have a lot of different animations. As you can see, if you just scroll down, they have zooms, bounces, all sorts of different animations. Just go through, pick which one you like. Now I want to add another video clip. So now I'm finished with my first two scenes, and now I'm going to be working on my third scene and starting the demonstration of what the product does and how it works. So the scene as it is right now is about 5 seconds long, but I want to increase the speed of it. So I'm going to increase the playback speed to about 1.75 right over here in the layers panel, and that'll give me about a 3-second scene. So now I want to insert some text, and I'm going to use a pre-made text box that they have. That way it's already animated and formatted the way I like. Okay, then you can resize this. And you can change the colors of the background. So you can also change the duration of the animation. So I want it to be a little bit shorter because the scene isn't very long. So you just have to click on the animation and it'll give you a little drag bar here. Okay, so now that the third scene is done, I'm going to go to the fourth scene, and I'm going to use some stock video out of Invideo's library. So to do that, I just click on videos and I can search for whatever term I would like. Now you can preview the footage by hovering over it, or if you'd like, you can go ahead and select it and then preview it from this screen right here. So I'm going to add this video. So one way you can get a cool effect is if you make the video bigger, so we can do that, and then we can edit it and make it into a blur. And I usually like to do it between 5 and 7. And then what I want to do is go back and insert the video again. And this time when I resize it, it will have a cool effect. Now you can also go over here to video resizing options, and there's a bunch of different options that you can play around with. Then you also have the video edit where you can crop the frame. Now when you're moving an object around, if you look, there is a sort of crosshair with these blue lines, and that means that you are directly in the center of the scene. So now I want to add some text. Okay, I like this one right here. I'm going to change the colors. And then on this one, I'm going to change the opacity as well. Change it down to 70. And I want to resize this a little bit and change the color behind the background color. So for my next scene, I will be making a collage of several different videos in one scene. I'm going to be using the advanced timeline because that makes it a lot smoother to work with the scene when you have several video clips and text boxes with animations coming into the scene at different intervals. And since I'm going to have several video clips, I'm going to change the scene's duration from 4 seconds to 12 seconds. So I'm going to add my first scene from my uploads folder. Then I want to crop this video. Then I'm going to add my second scene. Then crop this one as well. Okay, I want to make this background white, so I have to unlock it here, and then I can edit it. Okay, now to animate each of these, I'm going to start with this one. Click on Video Animation, and decide which animation you want to put for this video. So now that I've animated both of these clips, I want to change this clip so that it comes into the scene a couple of seconds after the first clip. To do that, you just drag this clip over, and up here you have a timeline of 1 second, 2 seconds. You can choose when this will actually show up. Okay, now I want to add some text, and I want to add a text box. So you just have to change the opacity level. Now I want to duplicate this text box so I can use it down here in the bottom corner as well. Then I want to shorten how long these text boxes are appearing for. So when you're animating your text, they have two different types of animation. One is for your text, the other is for your text box, which is this pink part right here. And those are two separate animations. So usually I will animate the text boxes to the same animation as the text just to keep it consistent, but you can play around with it and see what is best for you. So because I want to be utilizing this second half of this scene, I will need to animate these graphics and text boxes going out so that they will be flying out as the other graphics and text boxes come flying in to the scene. So to do that, they have this outgoing animation here, so you can just choose whichever one you like. So to do that, you just click on whichever item you want to animate, and you click on your animation going out, and then choose whichever one you like. Okay, now that I've completed the first part of my scene, I'm going to quickly finish up the last part of the scene as well as the rest of my video ad. So now for the finishing touch, I'm going to add some overlays to a couple of the scenes. Over here on the left-hand side, you'll find overlays, and I'm going to add, all you do is click to add them in. For the transitions, these little buttons in between the different scenes here are how you add and remove the transitions that you want. So if you click on it, it will give you all of the options that they have for animations and different types of transitions that they offer. So the transitions I'm going to add are light leaks. I think that those are very cool. They kind of show a flash of light in between the scenes, and it makes for a really good animation. I'm going to go ahead and do that to each one. So then to add a music track, you come over here to music and you search by the different genres that they offer, and you just pick the best one that fits with your video ad. So I found the one I like. I'm going to push this button to add it to my video, drag it and trim it as you see fit. And then after you're done with adding the music, you can go ahead and play all of your scenes back to preview what you've completed and to make sure that everything is correct. And if it is, then you go up here and you click on export, and that will render your video ad in an MP4. After the video is done rendering, it will be put into your projects folder where you can keep it, download it, edit it, anything you need as long as you have an internet connection. All right. So that's how you create a professional video advertisement for Facebook and Instagram. As promised, the site that you can get great custom content for your video ad is called Fiverr. I hired 3 different models for the product that you just saw, and it was very well priced. The models were very professional and easy to communicate with. Just be sure to read the reviews for each freelancer and make sure you give them specific instructions on what you want. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on this service either. I'd say between $50 and $150 per video shoot. And as a bonus, I have some tips for you when creating your own video ads. Tip number 1 is to be consistent with your fonts and colors. A video ad can get really crowded when using many different fonts and too many colors. Tip number 2 is to make each video ad with 2 to 3 different scroll stoppers. That means changing the first 3 to 4 seconds of each video ad and then testing them out to see which one gets better results. And finally, tip number 3 is to watch all the video ads you can. Analyze each of them to see what's working and how much engagement each ad is getting. If an ad is getting high engagement, like a lot of likes and comments, then it's probably very effective. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for staying till the end. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed yourself, and leave me a comment if there's anything that you didn't understand. And be sure to check out the rest of my channel for more videos on beginner content creation. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.